Right, so without a
Yes, sir.
further delay, let's now start our discussion. Alright, so can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so ilan na ba? Apat pa rin.
Yes, sir.
Apat pa rin. Alright, so for the chapter 3, we'll talk about data. Okay, so basically, lahat na nakukuha natin, okay, dito pala pwede na natin i-summarize. Lahat ng nakukuha natin, kahit maliit man yan or malaki or kahit anong variation of data, as long as may nakuha kang information, that is already considered as a data. Okay? So that is why everything, like literally 100%, everything generates data. Okay? So, ang pinakatawag natin when it comes to like everything, okay, we call that one big data. Okay? So, what is big data? So, dito pa lang siguro may mga idea na kayo or may nakarinig na sa inyo kung ano ba itong big data. Okay? So, ito na, isa na to sa mga trend. Okay? Like, after kasi ng cloud, parang hindi kasi enough yung cloud. To be exact. Frankly speaking, kahit pagsamasamahin mo pa yung Amazon, yung Google Drive, yung iCloud, kahit lahat-lahat yun, yung mga cloud na yun, hindi enough yun para ma-monitor yung mga data na pumapasok at labas sa pang-araw-araw. Okay, so you will see later on why. So data is information that comes from a variety of sources, such as people, pictures, text, sensors, websites, even animals. Okay, so data also comes from technology, devices like cell phones, computers, kiosks, tablets, and cash registers. So ito na yung mga basic. Okay? Ito yung mga parang major na pinanggagalingan ng data. Pero basically, lahat ng bagay or lahat ng mga technologies is pwedeng pagkuhanan ng data. Okay? So most recently, there has been a spike in the volume of data generated by sensors. So kahit ako hindi rin ako makapaniwala, like kailan lang kasi nag-boom yung technology natin, di ba? Parang like 10 years or 20 years ago, parang medyo hindi pa ganun. Pero parang ito, for the past 5 years or past 2 years, kamo na lang. So sobrang laki, okay, ng parang nag-explode, kumbaga, bigla na lang dumami ng dumami. Especially right now, pandemic. So lahat nakahawak sa cellphone, lahat nakaharap sa computer. So walang ibang pagkaabalahan. Diba? So sensors are now installed in an ever-growing number of applications and objects. So these include security cameras, traffic lights, intelligent cars, thermometers, and even grapevines. Okay. So as you can see, like, eto mga sensors lang to na pwedeng magbigay, pwedeng magbato, or pwedeng mag-fetch ng data. Okay. So from those sensors, you can get data. So big data is a lot of data. So when we say a lot of data, so parang walang hangganan yan. As long as marami, like pag sinabi kasi natin lot of data, more than the average or more than the normal. So meron tayong parang, okay, sakto lang. Parang masasabi mo pang sakto lang. Parang ganun. Like, for example, maybe meron kang 1 terabyte. Okay? 1 terabyte or 10 terabytes. So maybe ranging from 1 terabyte to 10 terabyte is like normal. Okay? So normal lang naman siguro sa isang tao na merong maximum of 10 terabyte, lalo na kapag malalaki yung mga nilalagay nyo, like games, movies, etc. Okay? So normal pa yun. Pero paano kapag umabot na ng 1,000 terabyte? Like, next dun is petabyte. Okay? And then, imagine, isang tao merong 1 petabyte and then millions of people has data of 1 petabyte. And then lahat yun, mababato lahat sa cloud. So doon na pumasok yung problema. Okay. So yung iba, syempre nililimit na nila, like, okay, ito na yung kaya nating accommodate for this year. Kasi syempre yung iba naman matatapos ng subscription, and then yung iba magsusubscribe pa rin, yung iba naman mag-unsubscribe na. So mababawasan. So para may limitation. So dito na ngayon, parang nakita nila yung risk, okay, ng data dito sa buong mundo. Kaya meron silang tinawag na big data wherein madidistribute ngayon instead of using just a server. So, dalawa yung server natin, pwedeng physical or pwedeng cloud. Pero instead of just those two, papasok na ngayon yung ikatlo, which is yung distributed server. So, ano tong distributed server na to? So, ito na yung mga parang, yung naturo ko last meeting or last meeting, yung fog computing. Okay, wherein we have a server here which is also connected to the cloud server, pero mostly nandito lang yun. Okay. Pero kung gusto mo siyang ibato, okay, so pwede mo siyang configure, ibato for deeper analysis sa ibang tao, okay? So hindi na lang ikaw yung may access doon kasi nga binato mo na sa cloud. So pwedeng yung cloud kasi rin pwedeng pang public or pang private. So depende pa rin naman sa'yo. So ayun, hindi na lang yun yung mga gamit natin. Meron na tayong another server which is for this community or another server for this company instead of using your own physical server and then your own physical computer. Okay? So, para masabi nating big data yung isang bagay, so we consider three characteristics. Okay. So, hindi naman forget data tapos big data na siya agad. So, hindi ganun. Okay? So, it should be a large amount of data that increasingly requires more storage space volume. So, literally, kapag wala ka na mapaglagyan, that is already a big data. Pero don't get me wrong na kapag wala ka na mapaglagyan, that is already big data. So, dapat should be ranging from petabyte and above, which is like, kagaya ng sabi ko, not normal. Kasi sa ngayon, wala pa naman tayong sukat ng data. Okay? Yung definition natin ng big data is lot of data, which is not really a definite definition. Okay? So, basta malaki, big data na siya. Then second one is they have an amount of data that is growing exponentially fast. So, hindi lang siya malaking data. So kapag dito siya na malaki and then store lang siya dyan like, or ganun pa rin yung space niya for around 10 years na, walang nagbabago, or meron man pero very minimal, hindi mo siya matatawag na big data. It's just, a big data. Pero hindi siya kasali dun sa big data talaga na sinasabi natin. Okay? So dapat, it should be growing exponentially. Like, every second, nadodoble yung size. Sobra naman siguro. Every day, nadodoble yung size. Like from 1 petabyte, nagiging 2 petabyte, 4 petabyte, and so on and so forth. Okay, so parang ganon yung definition when it comes to growing exponentially fast. Okay? And then the last one is data that is generated in different formats. So hindi lang siya basta data, dapat iba't ibang data rin siya. Okay? So hindi lang dapat video, video lang. Hindi lang audio, audio lang. Okay? So dapat variety siya. Okay? Dapat marami para masabi natin big data. Kasi pag bunch of videos lang, then videos, data lang yon. Pag sinabi natin big data, it composed of many variety or types of data. Okay? So, para mabigyan lang kayo ng idea kung gaano ba kalaki yung mga data na nakukuha, okay, sa pang-araw-araw. So, how much data do sensors collect? Here are some estimated examples. So, coming from sensors in one autonomous car, so take note, one autonomous car lang to. Ilan ang car natin sa buong mundo? Millions or maybe even billions na. Okay? So, it can generate 4,000 gigabits of data per day. So, that's 4 petabyte per day. Imagine, one car lang yan. Okay? One autonomous car lang. Yan yung parang, let's say, nag-travel yung car na yun like for 10 hours. Ito yung nakuha niyang data. So, bakit sobrang laki? Well, as we all know, ang autonomous car is like maraming ginagawa yan. So, may sensors siya dito sa harapan, may sensors sa ganito. So actually, iba nga 6 na yung camera eh. Or 4 yung parang default kasi sa harapan, sa gilid, and then sa likod. Or pwedeng 2 sa harapan and then isa sa likuran. So, yun. So, for puro video, puro audio, even text, or yung mga iba pa niyang ma-generate na data coming from that data. So, ito na yun, 4,000 gigabits. And then, an Airbus A380 engine generates 1 petabyte of data on a flight from London to Singapore. So, sa isang flight ng Airbus engine, so 1 petabyte naman siya on a day. Okay? Pero, depende kung bumiyahe siya ng 2 beses or 3 beses. Kasi ito is from London to Singapore lang. So, I don't know how many hours is that travel time. Pero for sure, maybe 5 hours. Hindi ko alam. Wala akong idea actually kung gaano kalayo yung London sa Singapore. Maybe 6 hours or 7 hours kasi parang dulo to dulo na yun eh. Sa kabilang side na kasi yung London and then nasa Asia naman yung Singapore. And then safety sensors in mining operations can generate up to 2 to 4 terabits of data. Okay. Oops. Mali pala ako dito. 4 terabit lang pala to. Okay. So, Yeah, 4 terabit lang. Okay, hindi peta. So, peta is composed of 1,000 terabit. Okay. So, ito na yun, 1,000 terabit na to, which is equal to 1 petabyte. So, going back to this one, so safety sensors in mining operations can generate up to 2 to 4 terabits. Okay? So, sobrang laki niyan. 2 to 4 terabits every minute. Okay? So, take note, hindi siya every day, but every minute. So, multiply nyo lang to by 60 para makuha ng data sa isang oras. So, pwedeng 120 to 240 terabits in just 1 hour. Okay. So, ganun kalaki. So, na-imagine nyo ba parang, di ba, parang sobrang beyond ng imagination natin. Like, kasi pag sa mga computers natin, like, 1 terabyte, medyo enough. Parang okay na yan for normal use. And then 10 terabyte maybe for hardcore people. Like, marami siguro silang nilalagay sa computer nila and such. Okay? Or ginagawa nila lang server yun for their certain company. Okay. So while big data does create challenges for organization in terms of storage and analytics, it can also provide invaluable information to fine-tune operations and improve customer satisfaction. Okay? So, yun naman, ang kagandahan kasi sa big data, ang dinagdag nila, hindi lang siya basta big data. So, part of being big data is first is they analyze. Okay, they analyze and then they process it. So once they process it, kukunin lang nila yung mga important parts like, kasi meron tayong mga redundant, di ba? Yung mga redundant na parang paulit-ulit na data. So yung iba, pwede na nilang disregard yon para mabawasan yung data na makukuha niya. So kung a-analyze niya muna and then pa-process, kukunin lang nila yung important data wherein dapat lahat sila unique para mas ma-maximize mo yung space. So, ganun naman yung ginagawa ng karamihan, yung mga IT. Pero dahil nga meron na tayong cloud computing, so yung cloud computing yung gumagawa, which is also part of big data. So if you want to hear or learn from someone or in actual, so here's a video from San Diego or how San Diego's Metropolitan Transit System uses big data. So ito naman, train to wherein yun, araw-araw, ganun din, nag-accumulate sila ng data kung ano ba yung, anong araw siguro yung maraming tao, anong araw yung konting tao, anong araw yung, or anong oras yung maraming tao sumasakay doon, etc. etc. So kung ano man yung mga possible na gusto mong i-gather na data, so andun na yun. And then, yeah. So pwede nyong panoorin to kung gusto nyo, just control and then left click. But it will lead you to a website. So, talking about large data sets, so companies do not necessarily have to generate their own big data. So as we all know, kapag sinabi kasi natin big data, ito yung mga malalaking kumpanya. Tama? So mostly, ito yung mga yung maiisip siguro natin. Yung Facebook, yung Instagram, yung Google. So ito yung may mga big data, okay? Kasi sila yung mga may pang-araw-araw na nakukuhang information, feedback, mga reports, mga ano pa ba, mga bug reports, mga good feedbacks, etc. Kung ano man yung mga data na makuha ng mga companies nila. Pero, okay, pero hindi nila kailangan gawin yun. Okay? It's not necessary na gawin nila yun palagi. Okay? Kasi, sa big data, again, sabi ko nga, meron na yung tinatawag nating cloud computing or analyzation and then process wherein i-disregard nyo yung mga naulit and then kukunin nila yung mga important. So, hindi porket data, yan na siya. Okay? So, nasasala pa yan. So, sa big data, nasasala pa siya. Kukunin lang yung mga important data. So, smaller organizations might not have the sensors, the volume of customers, or the ability to generate the variety of information that could benefit your company. So, there are sources of free data sets available, ready to be used and analyzed by anyone willing to look for them. So, eto kasi, yung mga data na nakukuha natin, marami namang company na nag-share it publicly, especially US. Okay, parang kamakailan lang, pinablik nila yung data na nakukuha nila like from census, yung mga ano ba, stocks of this animal, ilan yung nabentang computers, and so on and so forth. Like parang nagiging transparent na sila. Okay? So, pag nilab-click nyo to, So malilid kayo sa website. So website to ng Forbes wherein naka-indicate lahat yung mga dataset na na-process na. Okay? So mostly dito is from US. So data.gov, census.gov, Socrata, meron din galing sa Europa, meron din galing sa UK, galing sa Canada. Actually, parang lahat ng mga data ng mga bansa is meron dito. Okay? Ilan na ba yung population? So, ito yung mga common na makukuha nyo sa dataset. Ilan na ba yung population sa UK? Ilan ba yung cow? Ilan ba yung chicken? Ilan ba yung pig? Okay? So, even those specific detail, kasama yun. Okay? Nandito lahat yun sa mga dataset ng mga website na to. So, sa library ng CIA, so hindi ko alam kung magkaka-interest kayo dito. Pero sa akin, nagkaroon ako ng interest. So, sobrang parang ganda lang. CIA.gov. Kasi di ba pag sinabi naman natin CIA, parang private fund to ng US. Parang sila mismo yung ganito, ganyan. Like, sobrang private nila, sobrang hirap nila. Pero who knows kung totoo ba itong mga data na nandito. Siyempre, nakuha naman natin na process and then ipapakita lang nila yung gusto nilang ipakita and then tatanggalin nila yung ayaw nila ipakita. So, hindi pa rin 100% na transparent. Pero at least meron silang data na pinapakita, di ba? And so on and so forth. So, napakarami niyan. Okay? Yan yung mga data sets na pwede nyo makita na common nang nangyayari sa isang bansa. Okay? So, kung gusto mo ng certain information when it comes to companies, so mas maganda siguro na instead of having your own survey, having your own data coming from your customers or clients, you might want to check data or process data that came from other companies, which is similar with your own company. Okay, like maybe, hindi lang naman ikaw yung nagbebenta ng tabako, let's say, tobacco company ka. So yung iba meron din. So may mga feedback na sila on how to do this, why is it like that, bakit ano yung naging problema, and so on and so forth. So may mga ganun. Alright, so moving on, after that brief discussion, you're going to have your laboratory number 12. So explore a large data set. So in this lab, you will explore a sample data set to view the power of big data. So guide ko na lang kayo. So left click nyo lang to and then i-download nyo lang. Alright, so open natin. So ito yon, ito yung laboratory number 12 nyo. So your objective here is to explore a sample data set to view the power of big data. So gaano daw ba ka-powerful yung big data na to? So before the data can become meaningful information, it needs to be processed, just like what I said multiple times a while ago. Bago mo masabing big data to, okay, before become part of big data, it needs to be processed. So requirements is of course PC with access to the internet. So I think no problem naman, lahat naman tayo is may internet. And of course, dapat lang kasi hindi ka makakapag online class kapag walang internet. And then locate a large free searchable database. So that's the step one that you need to do. So all you need to do is go to this website, which is very specific tong website na to. Okay, sabi dito, United States Department of Agriculture Statistics Service Database. So agriculture pa lang to, okay? Hindi pa yung kabuuan ng mga parts ng US. So sobrang laki naman ng bansa ng US. So marami silang mga categories dyan when it comes to datasets. So ito lang isa sa mga free searchable dataset ng US. Okay? So babansin niyo ito yung magpapakita and then punta lang kayo sa quick stats, which is also indicated here. So select quick stats. So ito yun, quick stats. So wait lang natin. So can you guys still follow? Hello? Are you guys there? Or
Sir,
okay, so
meron.
nakakasunod pa ba kayo? Alright. So, ito yung magpapakita kapag pumunta ka sa quick stats. So, ito yung pinaka Sa mga transparent na nakita ko na when it comes to data. Kasi they even have this status here wherein ito yung total records na meron sila. So they have 45,213,540 records as of this moment. Okay? So maybe bukas, so maybe 46 million na to. Next day, hindi natin alam, next month, 47 million na. So pataas ang pataas yan. Okay? And then we have categories here. So ano ba? Census or survey? So dito kasi, step number 2, so from categories, select, blah, blah, blah. So kayo na mismo yung gagawa niyan kasi ito yung laboratory mismo. So kayo na yung magpa-follow niyan. So ang gagawin ko is kahit ano na lang. Okay, basta may maipakita lang akong data mamaya. So let's see, go to survey, economics, and let's go to income, and then let's see, food commodities. And then sa geographic level, I think meron pa dito. Ayan, meron pa dito. So, pipili ka ng year kung ano ba yung food commodities na income at the year 1990 o to 1992 or yung 2011. So, medyo updated na to, no? Yung nakita ko dati, yung tinignan ko dati, year 2018 sila nag last na update or nag-survey. Pero to 2011. So, let's see. 2011 na lang. And then as you can see, pala, nakalimutan ko, as you can see, yung 45 million natin kanina is naging 399 records na lang. Kasi as you go to our subcategories, pipili ka ng sector, mas liliit to. Pipili ka pa ng group, mas liliit na naman to. Pipili ka ng commodity, mas liliit na naman. Hanggang nakapunta natin dito wherein there's now only 399 records from year 2011. Okay? So, isa lang yung data item na nagpakita. So, click nyo lang to. And then, yung total is magpapakita dito. Oops. Kung bag ba to or walang nagpakita? Wala naman. Anyway, so let's see kung i-double click ko to kung mapupunta ba tayo sa set na yan. Yung geographic level pa yata. Pero supposedly meron pa isa dito eh. Sorry. You need to click this one, total, and then national. Okay, well, anyway, i-guide naman kayo mismo nito kung hanggang saan yung pupuntahan yung category or subcategory. And then US total. And then merong year dito. Well, I think hindi na yan ganun ka-importante kasi isa lang naman yung data natin which is 2011. So once you're done in choosing those subcategories, just click Get Data. Selected items filtered 399 or so let's see. So there should be 399 data sets in here right now. Oh, updated pala siya. So hanggang 2020. So yeah. So they're still updating this data set which is very good kung ganun siya ka-transparent. So let's say, punta natin ng pinaka nila, pinakauna, pinaka-latest. Okay, so during 2020 January, so national, ito yung J level, state is ito yung US total. Ano ba? And then commodity is food commodities, data item. So ito lang yung parang subcategory, yan, yung pinaka-subtitle kanina, which is yung at year 2011. Index for price received at year 2011. And then, yung value nito is 96.5. So we have, kasi nung dinouble click ko yung 96.5, so nalita ko dito, wherein hinanap na yung kaparehas niya 96.5. So kung gusto mo yung pinaka-latest, ito na nga lang, double click nyo lang year 2020, and then magpapakita rin yung ibang kasama niya dito na 2020 din. Which is, isa lang, ito, 96.5. So ating, ito yung pinaka-latest na survey nila. So, yun, tatanungin lang naman kayo, what was the inventory of ducks in Alaska in 2012? So, ilagay nyo lang yung data na nakuha nyo dito. Okay. Which is 9, kung ano man yun, 100, 200, 300. So, yung tinatanong kasi dito is kung ilan yung inventory or ilan ba yung ducks na naka-register dun sa Alaska. Alright? Ilang counts of ducks ba. So, yun, being super specific naman siya kung ano yung hinihingi niyang data. Okay, so just put it right here. So pwede nyo itong i-copy paste na lang sa Word and then yun. Just put here your answer. And then, palitan nyo lang yung Alaska into Hawaii. So ilan naman yung ducks nila doon? At the year 2012. So dapat naka 2012 kayo. Okay? And then if you own a company that required ducks, okay, so ito, opinionated na to, how would this database be used of the company? Okay? So let's say meron kang business, okay, about ducks also. Parang gusto mo malaman yung parang population ng ducks at the year 2000, 2005, 2010, 2012 hanggang 2020. So yun, doon na papasok yung pagiging analysis natin as an computer engineering or yung iba naman as an IT. Kasi nag-analyze din sila ng data. So doon na papasok yung at year 2000 sobrang konti pa lang. Pero biglang nag-boom at year 2005 and then biglang bumaba noong 2010 kasi nagkaroon ng let's say mga sakit. Ang tawag dito para ma-flu when it comes to ducks and such and so on and so forth. So ngayon, imagine yourself as an owner of a company that required ducks. So hindi natin alam, baka restaurant ka na nagluluto ng ducks or company ka na kailangan mo yung duck doon sa product mo. Okay. So hindi natin alam kung ano man. Basta ganun. Okay? So how would this database be of use to your company? Okay? So just state here, okay, at year 2000, so ikaw na bahala, okay, kung ano, paano siya makakatulong sa company mo. Okay, so hanggang doon lang naman for your laboratory number 12. So you can finish this one in just 10 to 20 minutes. Right? Did you guys get the idea of exploring a large data set so far?
Yes, sir.
So may naligaw ba? So when it comes to big data, meron tayong data set. Yung data set na yun yung mga na-public na or free to search na ng ibang tao na pwede nilang pag-aralan. Okay. So any clarification so far?
None, sir.
Alright, or any tawag dito? Parang curious question. Maybe curious ka sa ganito, ganyan. Any curiosity? Alright, so I think wala. So, you can always, ano ba? You can always explore on your own. Kung sakaling wala ka pa mang katanungan yun. So, kung sakaling may curious ka sa bagay na to, so you can, you try searching. Napaka-powerful ng internet. Okay, so, napakagandang maghanap-hanap. Huwag ka lang mapunta sa deep web. Okay? Alright. So, that's it for your laboratory number 12. So, it's already in Canvas. So, submit nyo na lang doon. And then, what are the challenges of big data? So actually, sobrang dami. Bago pa magkaroon ng big data, napakarami ng challenges. Okay? Dito pa nga lang, nahawak-hawak mo yung hard drive mo, hawak-hawak mo yung flash drive mo. Madami ka ng challenges. So, mawawala siya, masisira, mananakaw ng iba, makukuha nila yung data na importante dun sa flash drive. How much more pa kaya kapag nasa cloud na? And then what else? Kasi kapag sa cloud, medyo may, abang tawag dito, meron ka pang control. Okay? Ito yung mga gusto mo ipunta lang doon sa storage mo. Pero kapag big data na, ito na kasi yung maya't maya. Okay? Like literally every second, kinukuha mo yung data, kaya naging big data na siya. We're in raw data pa lang siya na kailangan mong i-process. So yun yung kaibahan niya kapag nasa cloud pa lang, we're in like super specific important files, and then this one is like raw data na hindi mo alam kung may makukuha ka bang important data or mapapakinabangan mo pa yung data na nakuha mo for today or nagsayang ka lang ng oras. Okay. Ganun. So IBM's big data. So ipaalala ko lang, itong IBM natin dati is ito yung first computer na na-create at year 1925, I think, kung hindi ako nagkakamali. And then right now, okay, hindi na sila gumagawa ng computer. They are now slowly shifting into big data analytics company. So again, ulitin ko lang, IBM now is slowly shifting into big data analytics company. Okay, so sila na yung isa sa mga nag-a-analyze ng data na pumapasok sa mga servers or sa mga cloud storage. Okay? So, according from IBM's or IBM company, big data estimates conclude that each day we create 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. Sobrang dami niyan, 2.5 quintillion bytes. Okay, so after ng billion, meron tayong trillion, tapos meron pa tayong quadrillion, and then quintillion. Okay, which is 2.5 of bytes. So, hindi lang isang quintillion, but 2 or twice and a half of it, or 2.5 of bytes of data yung nakukuha natin each day. Araw-araw yan, okay? So just multiply it by 30, then you will get 70 quintillion. So hindi pa yung definite, okay? So estimated lang to, so hindi natin alam, baka yung 70 na yun has a margin of error of 70 to 80 or even 70 to 100. So hindi yun impossible. So hindi natin alam kung kailan bigla na lang, sobrang daming gumamit, sobrang daming nag-upload, sobrang daming nag-like, and such. Okay? So to put this into context, every minute of every day, okay, so meron tayong mga sample lang dito na parang very popular na ginagawa ng isang tao, okay, ng isang netizen sa internet. So we upload over 300 hours of YouTube video every minute. Okay, every minute yan. And then we send over 3.5 million text messages every minute. We stream over 86,000 of Netflix video every minute. We like over 4 million Facebook posts. So sobrang dami, 4 million posts in just 1 minute. And then we request over 14 million forecasts from the Weather Channel. Okay? So ito yung interesting part. So bakit, hindi ko rin alam bakit ngayon ko lang siya nakita. Kasi dati may mga nakita ako pero per day siya. Pero ito meron tayong live feedback. Okay? Live internet statistics. Okay, so click nyo lang to, then mapupunta kayo sa isang website. Close ko lang to. Close ko lang din to. Ayan. Close ko lang din to. Ayan. So as you can see right here, ito yung internet users in the world right now. So live feedback to . So we have 4 billion users or 4 billion people, or hindi naman people actually, 4 billion individual gadgets. So pwedeng isang tao kasi connected siya sa tatlong, or meron siyang 4 na device. So 2 cellphone, isang laptop, tapos isang PC. So pwedeng ganun. Okay. So 4 billion for internet users in the world. And then isama mo pa yung mga hindi nakakonect sa internet. Okay, yung mga far-flung areas. So may mga data rin yun na hindi nga lang connected sa internet. And then total numbers of websites, sobrang dami, 1,815,000. Though, pwede mo naman tong i-search sa Google isa-isa. Pero, kung gusto nyo, yan, live feedback for today lang to as of now, November 19, 2020. Okay, ito yung mga live feedbacks na makukuha. Okay, so, depende pa yan. Kung umaga, syempre mas madami. Pag madaling araw, mas kokonti. Okay, so as of now, 1:41 p.m., ganito yung kadami. So, daming nagsa-search sa Google, nagpo-vlog, tweets, nag-upload ng video or nag-review ng video rather, and then nag-upload ng photos sa Instagram, and so on and so forth. So napakarami. Alright. So yeah. Any questions so far? Or any thoughts regarding with this one? Hello guys. So I think 30 seconds na lang yung natitira. So tatapusin ko muna hanggang dito muna. And then tutuloy natin yung susunod mamaya sa part 2. Okay? So goodbye for now. And then see you after 5 to 7 minutes.